Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast tournament report. It is tournament day, and we are going to have breakfast. That is my brother. You have met him before. He is now going to be playing some Company of Heroes to get in the mood. That's the cat. And stay tuned for a great day of tournament wargaming. Welcome to the Michael Mudd Memorial Tournament Hall, where everybody is settling down for round one. I'm not exactly sure how many players we have. We have about 30 players that showed up. There's a couple of players that missed out on it. Today I'm playing on this table, round one versus Sean Dennis and a White Scar biker army. There are some beautiful, beautiful armies. During lunch break I'll go around taking some pictures, but stay tuned. I'll try and do as much content as I can. We only have 2 hours per round for 1,750 points. So stay tuned, and thanks a lot. For mission number one is limited supplies. So we have 6 objectives. They each have a different rule. So feel no pain, ammo rerolls, etc, etc, etc. And we have to place them down. Okay, deployment of game one. We have a Skyfire Nexus there, a Feel No Pain Nexus in there, an ammo one in there, anti-psychic power one there, a Feel No Pain objective there, and an interceptor objective back in the bottom of that building. Deployment. So the Space Marines decided to deploy first. They have 5 bikes with 2 grav guns and a multi-melter, a series assault launcher mortis pattern Contemplar Dreadnought with the Cyclone rocket, so it can shoot flyers. We have 5 more bikes with 2 melter guns and a multi-melter, 5 more bikes with 2 grav guns and a heavy bolter, 5 bikes with 2 grav guns and multi-melter, and the Chapter Master with Eternal Shield and Burning Blade, with 2 Typhoon rockets, 5 scouts with camo cloaks, and in reserve we have 2 last cannon armed Storm Talons. So it's a great, very fast, very nasty army. Of course it's objective based, and I have deployed 10 Cabalite Warriors, my 2 Talos, 1 providing cover for the other Raider, 1 unit of Cabalite Warriors, the Trueborn with Splinter Cannons, unit of Witches, Uri and Rakarth in his Raider, and the 10 racks in that Raider as well. And in reserve I have a unit of Witches, I have the Blastborn and the Razorwing. Turn 1 recap. Both bike squads boosted up, shot, killed a Talos with shooting. My turn, I moved Urian up, charged, killed 1 bike. They hit and run out of combat because I failed my blind test against the Burning Blade. They've hit and run over this way. Both Storm Talons are in on the table. Turn 2 recap. I lost Uri and Rakarth. I lost a couple of these guys in that warrior unit. I lost the Venom for the Witches, a Raider with the racks. I lost 6 racks after Typhoon rockets. I shot at both Storm Talons. They evaded. I put 1 hull point in that Storm Talon with the Skyfire Nexus. I put he successfully evaded the 1 penetrating hit against the Storm Raven. I mean the Storm Raven. The that thing. In reserves I had the Witches show up there, and I was able to gain First Blood, and as he gained Warlord by killing the last little man, 2 neon bikes. I have put 2 wounds successfully onto the Chapter Master, and the bikes have taken a couple of casualties. So we're moving on to turn 3, and I still have my Blastborn to come in from reserve. Turn 3 recap. Killed the unit, put a lot of wounds on him, but he passed every save. Move the Warriors up, move that Raider down, move the Witches that rallied. Oh, they forgot to shoot, we're going to shoot them in a second. The Razorwing killed the Landspeeder. The Blasterborn failed to kill the Contemplar. These Witches jumped into this Venom. We're moving on to turn 4 right now. It's 1 point to 1 point, but it's the objectives that matter. Okay, turn 4 recap. These 2 guys still survive, the 2 Warriors that are right there. I killed they need a morale test, by the way, Sean. I wasn't able to do anything here.
4.
Okay. I lost 2 more Raiders mobility. These guys moved up into the floor of the building here to help take that objective. I put 1 help, 1 on that Landspeeder trying to take it out. Basically could be the end of the game. My Haywire Witches are holding up the Contemplar Dreadnought. So they're doing that, and threatening 1, 2 objectives, 3 objectives right there. So it could be the end of the game. What's going to happen? We have to start thinking about points. Okay, end of turn 5. He was able to kill the 2 guys on there and take my home objective. I was able to take this objective. He was able to take the objective on the ruins there of the of the Sky Shield. I finally killed the Contemplar Dreadnought with Haywire Grenades and took that objective, but I was unable to claim a denial point to get his objective, and I basically only have the 10 warriors, the 5 witches, and 1 immobilized raider left. So that was quite the game. It was amazing. Sean, thanks a lot. Sean.
Hey, thanks for the game, man.
Yeah, any comments? I know you usually
beat you in a tournament.
Yeah, I know you did. That's fun. Hey, it was bound to happen like 3 years in the making, eh? Anyway, thanks a lot. We're going to come around to turn 2. I believe the spread was like 7 points for the White Scars and 3 points for the Dark Eldar. So it was very hard to get full points, which is 15 points in this mission, because you needed to claim all 6 objectives in order to get 15 points. So yeah, thanks a lot. We'll be back. Will the Dark Eldar come back from defeat? We will see. Round 2. Fight! So round 2, we're playing drop supplies, so literally there's going to be objectives that scatter from the center of the table. And I'm playing Jason! That's right! We're playing each other. The pairings worked out that way, and I'm literally playing his Demon Army. So we know that this is a great, very intense game every time we play. We're playing on this board. There's a little bit of line of sight blockers, there's a little bit of stuff that isn't, some area terrain, and so demons are rolling for powers right now, so that's what's happening. And we'll round 2, movement of turn 1. Deployment, we had Fate Weaver, 3 Demon Princes in the corner, as you have seen Jason do against me in the past. Now he's moving up at full speed. I have 2 Witch units. We had 3 objectives that deep struck from the middle of the table, and they actually ended in this area right here. They're supply crates, you can kind of move them as well with you, which means that you have to, I'm going to go grab one to gain a point for the first crate of the game that's captured. Then I have my Trueborn, 2 units of Trueborn. We have the Splinter Cannons here, and the Blast is there. We have Rax in the central raider, Urian Rakath in his barge, 2 Talos, trying to stay away from that Bale Demon Prince, and the 10 warriors with a Lance and Blaster, going to spread out on that ruin to negate as much of the Helldrick as possible. Of course, this Chaos Demon Prince actually has a Burning Brand of Scalathrax, so we'll be back right after that. Yep. Okay, turn 1 recap. He's rolling for reserves right now. Only the Helldrake and the Demonettes show up. I was able to ground the Chaos Space Marine Demon Prince. He used his reroll, then I grounded him again with all the Venoms. Finally took him down, 4 wounds. Little poison shots. Portal Glyph is back there. He's going to have to recast Psychic Powers. I kind of moved in a defense position. Slanesh hit both of my Talos and then put a wound on each Talos. I jumped out from this Venom with my Witches to grab the crate. A crate is a movable objective that 2 models can grab that have hands. And if I got a point for being the first person to capture an objective, so I'm sacrificing my Witches for a point. And then Urian Rakath moved all the way over here in order to threaten the flank and his cultists and other reserves that were coming on the board, while staying far away from the Bale Demon Prince, who's over here, who needs to choose where to go. Okay, we're coming back after turn 2. End of turn 2, the Helldrake came on and burned the Witches, the Teen Dimension came on, Fate Weaver up there, blew up a Venom, killed the Witches, put a hull point and stunned this Raider. In my turn I grabbed the objective with the Rax, they jumped into the Raider, all the Venoms moved up, dropped the Bale Flamer, the Bale Sword Demon Prince, and then pumped a lot of Venom's shots into it and it fell down. And Urian Rakath charged a whole bunch of Demonettes at a deep strike and took them out. Now the reserves coming in, we have Cultists and we have Plague Bearers. The Razor Wing also came on that flank and took out the Portal Glyph that was back there to prevent any more scoring units from showing up. And at least he has Horrors, which means they can shoot it. And then now we're moving on to turn 3. More objectives showed up, and all the objectives seem to have just come down this way, which is really good for me. But you know, it's scattered randomly, and there was one that actually goes over there, so that helps Jason out a bit. Turn 3, the demons knocked out the Trueborn Venom and killed 1 Trueborn. They went to grounds. I moved my Razor Wing off to combat the Helldrake that's going to come back. The Helldrake's coming back on. I shot everything into Fate Weaver, passed every single ground test, didn't even have to use his reroll. I even tried a Hail Mary with the Casket of Flensing and wasn't able to bring him down. Other than that, I killed 1 Plague Bearer because he passed a lot of invulnerable saves, which is great. and then I tried to block the cultists from going that way to the objectives, so they have to come around. And now we're moving on to turn 4 of the game. Huge turn for both sides. Consolidating objectives. The plague bearers that tried to move up ended up flaming them with the racks and the tailors, killing them all, gaining the tailors a pain token. The cultists who had charged Uri and Rakath ended up, now they're fleeing. Uri and Rakath has 1 wound on him, and Grotesque has 2 wound on him. I put 1 hull point on the Helldrake with the Razorwing, who came in hot for it. And then a bunch of shooting, so 2 Venoms. I was able to ground him and this whole unit of warriors in the building. Ground Fate Weaver, and he failed his reroll for the grounding test, so I just unloaded him and was able to take him out. So now moving on to turn 5, and we have about half an hour left. Let's see what happens. Game ended, turn 5. So I had this objective here, and that table quarter with a scoring unit. I had another scoring unit over there. Scoring unit in this area, scoring unit in that area. So I had 10 points to 3, because I had lots of objectives. Uri and Rakath went close to the objective for another point. I had a denial model in his deployment zone. All in all, great game. This time the Demon Princes went down a lot faster than I'm usually used to. But he actually took out a lot more Venoms than he usually has. So it was a fair trade-off. Thanks all for watching, and now round 3 will begin short. So, playing Greg Evers and his beautiful Eldar army. Check that out. Isn't that amazing? We're playing a crazy fog mission where shooting past 12 inches, messes with your ballistic skill. Moving in the shooting phase can be dangerous. Deep striking can be hazardous, and jinking flyers can be in for a world of hurt. Of course, we're playing on the city board, so the courtyard is pretty empty, big killing ground, and it's basically capturing table quarters. So that is what we're going to do. Turn 1 recap. I deployed way far up with everything to provide as many targets as possible on round 3. I was not able to steal initiative. It would have been great if I was able to. I would have been able to deal a good blow. Right now we're playing that Eldar can benefit from, or Tau can benefit from Eldar Warlord trait, as well as from supporting fire, which is interesting. Then we have I lost all my raiders, lost 1 venom that exploded. Shooting, I put as much as I could into one of the 9-man units of jet bikes, and I left 1 alive. He survived by passing the last armor saves. Uri and Rakath's ride is down. He's trying to claw his way up that way, and the little unit of witches down that way as well, who hopefully we'll forget about. Other than that, there's 3 units of jet bikes in reserve, and I have my Razorwing in reserve. Okay, so turn 2. We had, they shoot a lot. The jet bike that survived killed himself by turbo boosting in the shooting phase and dangerous terrain. We have, I shot a lot of the jet bikes, bringing them down to another 4 models. And other than that, I lost Urian and the entire Grotesque unit to the Missileides. I would, if I would have passed 1 more cover save, feel no pain save, Urian would have survived after taking like 16 wounds. So that was a good roll for me. Other than that, moving on to Eldar turn 3. Let's see what happens. Turn 3, I lost both warrior units. The racks are down to 2 men. The witches have been hit to run away against. They've charged in. I did kill the other jet bike unit, and the Razorwing who came in to prevent the interceptor killed 5 of that unit of fire warriors, and then there's 3 more Eldar jet bikes back there. Now we're moving on to turn 4. 1-minute warning. So I basically had 5 witches hidden in this two little witches hidden in this building, holding my table quarter at the end of the game, and pretty much everything else was dead. I was able to wipe out both units of both units of 9-man jet bike units and put some casualties on the troops. But I wasn't able to really do much once I failed to seize the initiative. Greg, do you have any final comments at all?
That table was really rough on ribbon.
This is what I had. Nothing. It was great fun. It's okay. I tried to steal initiative and that failed. There's a very, very beautiful army. It's always nice to play against nicely painted models. The Wraith Knight isn't done yet, but it's coming along nicely. The Riptide looks awesome. All these jet bikes, they're all converted. The Tau Commander and the jet bike Farseer with his custom jet bike. A couple of units of Fire Warriors. This is why I play this game. Awesome. So now on to round 4. After a horrible defeat. We'll be back. Round 4. Blood Bowl. Placing against Fred. Once again. we're probably very similarly matched, and his army, of course, Knight Size, a couple of Annihilation Barges, lots of Warriors, Death Marks, etc., etc. You've seen this army before. Playing on the board, I played round 2. So we're moving on to round 4. Urien Rakath has the football in his raider. I moved up, shot 4 lances at that front Annihilation Barge that moved and turbo boosted because the Necrons had turn 1 and didn't do anything. I was able to successfully kill 6 Skari bases with all my Venom fire, and those warriors are on that far flank with a couple of Eldritch lances. So I'm moving on to turn 2, and his strategic warlord trait is to reroll reserves. So let's see if they come in. Turn 2, lots of carnage, killed all the Scarabs. I've taken the shielding off that Tesla barge. One of the Knight Size dead, with a whole unit of warriors. There's 1 Cryptek left, part of that unit with the Voltaic staff. I killed 1 immortal. I passed an inordinate amount of 5-up feel no pain saves for my grotesques when he tried to Tesla the hell out of them. The Knight Side exploded and landed and actually put a hull point on my my Venom over there. Other than that, we're moving on to Necron turn 3. The ball was fumbled by as my grotesque tried to pass it to the Racks because they were trying to get into combat. It was fumbled by the Racks right over there, and now it's just lying there, waiting to be grabbed. Turn 3, knocked the guns off of that Knight Side, killed the Annihilation Barge with the Blasterborn, killed all the Death Marks and one of the Crypteks. Both Crypteks I charged, and then I killed them, and then they got back up, forever living. Other than that, we're moving on to Necron turn 4. Okay, end of round 4. The ball did not ever get to the touchdown. Victory point wise, it was 3 to 3 points for battle points, and then I lost my warlord and his warlord was still alive. Therefore, Fred won by 1 point to a 4 to 3, basically win. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. We're going to have the awards ceremonies and everything. 4 rounds, long day. It's almost 8:30 at night, and we're just about to pack her up. Thanks a lot. Okay, welcome to a tactical corner. Well, not really a tactical corner, just a little note on the tournament. It was on the 9th of November. The Michael Mudd Memorial is held every year by gamers for a gamer who passed away in a car accident about 5 years ago now. So we do a charity event to raise money for the Humane Society. The local Humane Society, as our friend really liked animals. So this year we raised over $1,400 for the Humane Society, and we had a blast doing it. So it was 4 rounds. I took the Coven, which I've been playing and developing for the last year. So it was a great last hurrah to the army itself. And I was able to play a couple of people who I haven't played in a while, as well as some of the local gamers who I usually play all the time. And the most interesting game was, of course, round 3, where I got absolutely smashed by some Eldar when I had literally nowhere to hide. As you can see, the corner I had was just absolutely barren, and it was methodical elimination of my army, slowly but surely. So I had a great fun time. The tournament itself doesn't only have aspects of generalship. It has sportsmanship, and it is a sportsmanship event, and it also has high levels of painting and display. So even though I technically did lose 3 of my games, with the battle points that I did score, plus all the hobby points that I got and paint votes that I received from people, as well as sports votes that I received from people, I actually ended up 4th overall at this 32-person tournament. So I had an absolute blast. Everybody was having a lot of fun. We cannot wait for next year. We're already starting to plan it. It'll probably be sometime in October instead of November, to give more opportunity for people to show up before it starts getting really busy into the holiday season. A nice surprise was Chris Mudd and Mike's brother actually came down to the tournament from New Brunswick, Canada, and I lent him my Templars, as you can see there, and he ended up participating in the event to honor his late brother. So that was really, really nice, and positive reviews all around. This Iron Warriors army is actually from the best overall winner of last year, and congratulations to Greg, my round 3 opponent, who ended up walking away with best overall. and with his plaque on the trophy shield. Thanks a lot for tuning in. This is Skari, out.